No,
So you don't have everybody in the picture.
No, I don't. Because we have chairs everywhere.
You have to sit them back here then.
I don't have to put it anywhere. I can put it wherever I want.
You bet.
Yeah. Do you want to bet?
Yeah.
Where?
Borough Council meeting for June 10th, 2024, shall please order. Please rise.
Grow up, dude.
Any announcements? Reading of the minutes, are there any corrections or additions?
Make a motion, we accept last month's meeting minutes and the workshop meeting minutes.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, citizen remarks, please come up to the podium, state your name, address, and record, address for the record. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Kevin Kramer, 605 Elk Point Drive. Just a quick question or suggestion, great idea with the dog park. If there's something in addition we could maybe add to the list, if it's regarding a dog park or something separate, maybe some frisbee golf baskets, potentially 2 of them, maybe at each of the parks for people who don't have dogs.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
Yeah.
Good time.
I agree, we need stuff.
Right, just something
Yeah.
simple, not too much money. People don't have dogs, can benefit by frisbee golf, getting outside. That's all.
And then there's a register back there, you can, sign your name. What's that? I didn't hear it. I didn't write it down.
Kevin. It was Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah, Kramer. Kramer.
Okay. Chief Lutz, police report?
Good evening. For the month of
residents to lock their vehicles. Now's the time of the year when people are going out and about. Getting in and unlock vehicles, taking what they believe they can take. I don't know why, it just happens every year, so if you lock your vehicle, you can prevent it.
We had, Mrs. Keys out down the park with the porta potty this weekend.
Oh.
They flipped it, maybe they were eating on it at the time they flipped it. That's kids.
That's all I have, any questions?
Did you read your cable by chance? He said 45.
You meant 49.
I did read your campus
Yeah,
number for
your
every side, it's
campus.
49.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did read the rest, that was correct, though.
Okay.
Yes, the 49, I read the wrong column, that was, your cable.
You did read right, all. Number one.
I went to the back pages, so as long as the secretaries put them in the right order, then that should be correct.
Yeah, you did, you read
Drug
right.
offense. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
anything else?
Chief.
Yep.
Thank you. Chief? Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Yeah. I thought your mother.
Chief Smith, Fire Report.
Okay, we had 14 calls for the month. We had 2 structures, 2 natural cover, 1 investigation, 1 automatic alarm, 2 medical assist, 1 gas leak, and 5 fire police calls. 2 in the 28-1, 10 in the 31, and 2 in the 68 box. We have training this week, Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday is pipeline training down at Fairview, and then Thursday we're cutting a card at Winter Marsh. Okay, as all of the council members are fully aware, they have a letter in their packets from the York County Fire Association, actually Fire Chiefs Association. So with that, I'm going to hand out my own copy. The letter from the York County Fire Chiefs Association has many inconsistencies in that letter. As you will read, it states that I, the chief, showed up the night the incident occurred, which is furthest from the truth. 2 of the parents were already present and actually made the phone call to me regarding this. I spoke to, at the time, Mr. Dearworth. I explained the situation to him and then let him know what was going on. The second point of concern and inconsistency in their letter is I showed up for training for the wrong reasons. When in fact, I was asked by the juniors to attend the training for fear of the instructor being present. That was not the case. I showed up at that training session to observe the class, as many do and others have done. The third inconsistency in that letter, and you'll read that, is the fact that they had conducted an investigation. I can tell you right now, none of the parents of these minors were contacted, none of the juniors were talked to, I myself was not talked to, and neither was the president of the fire department. The last inconsistency in that letter is disruptions in the class. That is furthest from the truth, stating it was a final warning. That was not a final warning. Never got a first one. Never got a phone call. Never got a letter. So how could you issue a final warning? Their issue is, I attempted to send this directly to the Board of Governors regarding this incident, who Mr. Deardorff, that signed this letter, is president of. That email came back, which I have documentation to show, has bounced undeliverable. My next step was to go to HAC and the instructors at HAC who provide the instructors for the York County Fire School. So with that being said, you take it face value or read further. The packet I provided also includes the letter I sent. So there's always 2 sides to each story. And I can tell you right now, after this incident occurred, I was on the phone with the president and the executive board to inform them of what occurred. This was not just 2 juniors, this was 4 juniors. 2 from our fire department and 2 from the neighboring fire department. I don't take kindly to what may have been stated or allegedly stated, but to conduct an investigation that's one-sided without talking to the parents, let alone the juniors and myself, baseless. The president of the fire department I have asked to be here tonight too. He did not get a copy of this letter, as it states in their letter. The township got a copy of the letter, supposedly, from my understanding. Not one person from the township has approached me. So I'm gonna head this off right from the get-go. If anybody wants to go and discuss this, I am very open to it, whether it be publicly or behind closed doors. I will not discuss or divulge names. I will discuss what transpired. Any questions for me?
Where did this come from? How did you get a copy of this? I don't know.
Well, you're CC'd on the original. So, I don't know.
Where did it, no, where did the one you just handed out come from?
It's his letter.
It's the same one that's in the packet that you were CC'd on.
And then this one that we have.
So again, as a fire chief, I put it to the floor. If you have questions you want to discuss, I'm open. We could do it public or we could do it private.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Are these training courses videotaped or filmed?
I could not tell you that. You will have to get in touch with me.
Because I'm reading here that the instructor called some of the attendants idiots
Yes.
and quote unquote fucking idiots.
Yes.
Excuse my.
And again, I can understand if I had one statement, but I have 4 statements.
Right. Well, that's uncalled for.
So
Definitely.
and this is my responsibility as a fire chief. I will always look out for the firefighters that belong to any fire department, to include ours. But I will not tolerate somebody going around or stating the fact that they're idiots or whatnot. One of the individuals does have a learning disability. So to go and say that, completely uncalled for.
And you don't know if these training classes are filmed?
I have no
Like
idea.
they are, they probably.
It's been some time since I've actually attended a class down there.
They aren't? What could you do as chief, and like as you as president, to suggest that these training classes be filmed?
That is something that he and I and the executive board would have to go and discuss further. But as far as the fire chiefs, that could be something that'd be brought to the Fire Chiefs Association, who in fact runs the school. HAC provides the instructors.
Okay.
Any other questions? That is my report as fire chief.
Any other questions for the fire chief?
At this point, I'm gonna hold any comments till there's a little more information on the table.
Same, do we have a solicitor in the building?
Be cautious when you want to address the fire department, and it's actually a fire company as a private entity. So the borough really has no control over the fire department. So,
Borough
County-
has control over the boxes.
in the borough, not outside.
And you have control of, some of the insurance money that's paid, I believe.
Yeah.
Workman's comp,
All the work was gone, but.
that's here nor there. And has no bearing on this.
Well, I understand that, but we do have,
We do have some control
Yeah, financial.
in box.
In the boxes.
Yeah, and that's fine.
okay.
I don't know, I'm allowed to go on that or anything.
I'd like to yield any remaining time.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
definitely gone, yeah.
Mike Hedgesford, president of the fire company. To me, this was a fire company issue. I never got a letter from nobody. But letters went out to somebody. I'm gonna, just like Doug, I'm gonna believe my juniors. Anybody who goes to that school, if they're treated wrong, they're treated wrong. We're gonna call the juniors liars? No. So, but if this being a fire company issue, I should have received something first. And I did not get nothing. The only thing
it's given to us.
Right,
We have nothing else.
but I don't understand why the school wouldn't even contact me.
Yeah.
So you're saying the school sent the paper here?
No, I think that's a Newburgh's.
Yeah.
So it came from Newburgh.
You're CC'd with the letter.
Yeah.
Then the letter says it went to the fire company, whether,
Okay.
Right. I know you guys have got 2 letters. Carol told me that.
2 letters.
Yeah, you guys got 2 letters. So I do know that. I came straight out Carol now.
I'll have to see, I need that.
Yeah. So, other than that, I don't know anything else.
But I mean, as far as they go, if they're there to teach people, they're there to teach.
Right.
I instruct, motorcycle safety program, I don't treat people like that.
Right. And we're paying for their service.
Huh?
We're paying
Yeah.
for that, and that's just not right.
All I did was, as a fire chief, was bring it to their attention.
And when he had told me about it, he said he was gonna go down to sit, go sit in, see what happens. I don't have a problem with that.
He was notified, the president was notified 8 hours after the incident occurred, actually the following morning, so. Open communication between operations and administrator, so.
all right, any motion to accept the police report and fire report?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next we're going to adjourn into executive session to discuss personnel matters.
Yeah, just, yeah, no minutes on it. Yeah,
Stairwell or
yeah, you can stay here.
oh, there?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're staying here.
I usually have to leave.
We're staying here. But that's the only I know for sure. I didn't see you on Carol. I didn't answer. It doesn't matter to me. She said, yeah, we got some letter also. So,
Might have been the bills.
pardon me?
Might have been the bills, bad.
Invoices.
We get invoices, pay
I
like.
said, I was talking about the two letters, CC on, and she said that, and I said, what was the stuff, the warning stuff? She could, yeah, she could do that, she was, I don't know if it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she would have read her record or not. I don't think so. So,
Yeah, and if it would have been something important, I would have got it,
yeah,
because the secretary would have gave it to me.
yeah,
But I mean, for them to come out and,
right. That was,
Came from the Chad
from the
Deardorff,
school, from the school.
the Fire Chiefs Association, and Mr. Chad Deardorff.
Yeah.
you know, if they want to do an investigation, you go back and involve the whole class that was there and ask them the questions. that were there.
Yeah.
Everyone that was there.
Again, all we have is what is given to us.
All you have is one side of the story.
Just like all we have to pay for. Same as whether you had left nothing ready.
Yeah, but I got statements. This one, I got statements.
No, letter about me.
That,
Yeah.
I was just asked.
Yeah.
I mean, Doug did right away after that class, he got statements from the juniors that were there. That's exactly what was done, whatever.
Their egos hurt, that's their problem.
Thank you, I'm home.
Yes, thank you.
Came from the range to the doctors to here.
Oh, the trailer for you to be
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Bobby.
Ooh, Mike.
I knew Mike.
That's my
That's
dad.
his dad. I've been with that long. I'm
See
sorry,
ya.
Mike, I do it to you all the time.
That's all right.
you a copy of the letter I sent.
Were they sent it out?
Yeah.
You gave them one.
Well, you have this one
I
here.
have a big copy.
Yeah. You have this one? That's the Archie. Here's the letter I sent.
If I have both of those.
You have that one?
No.
Yeah.
There's two of those.
Yeah, there's two pages. Yeah. But that's the letter I sent to them.
Can I read it? Thing the mayor said. The agenda.
Yeah.
When did you get that in order?
I got it on Thursday, but it bounced back.
Okay.
And I had a copy of that showing that it was on delivery.
Yeah, I didn't see it until.
But I only have two ordinance issues, one of them being rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
The one over rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? They're eating the flowers in the backyard.
The Mexican rabbits are all the way down past Stone's place.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But in the ordinance, we need to revamp the ordinance or look at the domestic pet ordinance, part of that, and spell that out a little bit more.
Yeah.
How many rabbits are you allowed to have? Same thing. Well, I could tell you Jeannie, and Jeannie's already rehomed 8 of the rabbits, as the bunnies.
Yep.
And then the SPCA actually came in and took an additional 4.
Yeah.
And he still have rabbits in the backyard, so.
Yep. They're raising over there where I put the.
And Elsa, a chicken coop.
What about it?
Are you guys planning on moving that chicken coop? No. No? Alright, well, that's coming up under the mayor's report, because, and I'll get to that, we don't have to discuss that now. And the fire tax.
The fire what?
Fire tax. We're gonna go over that with fine tooth comb under record keeping. Yeah.
Fire.
The packets together, including the points, which isn't asked for in the fire ordinance. Just an eligibility list,
Right.
and that's this.
And
But he wanted this, the points, 250.
yeah.
But that's not what's in the ordinance. The
Right.
ordinance just states
Right.
eligibility list.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
There's a lot of things missing we should have had.
well, I have,
That's supposed to be notarized for one.
yeah, well, I got the letter notarized, I got the driver's
Yeah.
license, and the parcel property, it should be in office, right? Because mortgage company pays that, so. Is that correct, Ted?
No.
Yeah, there's some things wrong with that, Doug.
Yeah.
I did catch some of the stuff in the ordinance that needs to be revamped a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also went back to the state, to the county, you know, to different agencies and stuff. And they said you should have gotten the information as to what you need to provide to the borough, and that wasn't given to the borough.
Well, that was in the ordinance.
It's not the money, it's $150. It's the paperwork we need, it's the paper trail. It's to be dated by, and. no-
I went based off of what's in the ordinance,
Yeah,
that's all. Is that what needs to be corrected then?
yeah, it should be in ordinance.
Or the resolution?
Well,
That is an ordinance.
it's an ordinance.
Yeah, it's
But we're
ordinance
the one-
here.
We're the ones that made an ordinance, everybody
It
else.
should have been a- Yeah. Yeah, there's some things that need to be changed there.
So this is a.
Yeah, it says- Yeah.
Problems.
Well, what, the county requires parcel, copy of the parcel payment, driver's license, the application, and I think that's it. And they don't even require notary
Yeah. But the sheet that you can't do must be notarized.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not, and I'm just saying in general, the county doesn't require that. which is no big deal, because I transmitted via email.
I don't know if that county's with me.
And I'm not the only one that sent it in by email either.
But I'm not saying not, because this is what we, guideline work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in here it says, the true and correct receipt from the borough tax collector, photo identification, and then it states documentation that the tax paid was for qualified real property. Well, that should show on the property, the bill, right?
It
When it's
is,
submitted.
or if you get something from
Right. So you guys for
your
receipt.
escrow or.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I could have gone with a mortgage.
You could attach that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things there.
Does the
Because
county?
if you go through the state fire commission
Mhm.
and DCED and stuff, they all say what forms you need and which
Mhm.
one needs notarized and everything, and that's the way our ordinance
That's what we
should.
have to answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does the York County real estate tax, it has the property ID and the parcel ID on it. Is that the same for the borough or not?
you need the boroughs.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're requesting a refund from
Yeah,
the borough.
The borough.
So
Okay.
you need theirs.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I will let you look over this.
Well, actually, the council's supposed to be, it's,
I'll get to Mr. Toothaker.
Yeah, because that's another thing, Doug. In
That's
there,
okay.
everything states you have to go to council
Mm-hmm.
before it comes into
before company.
Okay.
the office.
Okay.
Found guilty. Is that all? Let's wait for the computer. What is that piece of equipment right there?
Camera.
No idea. What?
It's my camera. It's my camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being stubborn.
Is it, what's going on? Is it not recognizing the microphone or? So we just don't know the program that we use, essentially. You see something that's really off.
Should be live.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. There's a plug-in and then there's a camera settings. But this I think is just.
That's not what
Yeah.
Beth, just go to the, yep, Chevrolet will tap into it tomorrow, fix it. Go ahead and shut it down. But that, doesn't have a second to get What's that?
Thing even work.
Yeah, Source already uses it anymore. Back there, or not?
Alright, the meeting shall come back into order. Next up is
We
the
have an executive session to discuss personnel matters.
Mayor's report.
I submitted the notes of agenda on Thursday. I spoke to Charlie, bounced back off the email, mail delivery subsystem, address not found, goldsboro at comcast.net. Bounced back.
So he can
I just had to
say it, but nobody can do it.
Yeah.
But it's not on the agenda.
Yeah. The first one is 32 North York Street, reference ordinance 2-101, domestic pets, specifically rabbits. Bring it to the council's attention that that needs to be revisited and potentially a limit be placed on domestic pets, period, across the board, whether it be rabbits. Well, dogs and cats are spelled out specific, but it's the rabbits, the domestic side, like iguanas or rabbits or, you know, whatever. But that needs to be specific because 32 North York Street, 2 litters were taken out of at least 6 rabbits, newly born, rehomed by next door neighbor and myself. And then the SPCA actually came in and took, I think, another additional 3 or 4 rabbits out, and they still have rabbits. And I don't know if the council wants to delve into that further, but it is for food source.
And some also got out, there's some
Yes.
that are loose.
Yeah, some have gotten loose, and they're still loose, even in the backyard.
Is there an ordinance number that addresses this?
2-101. It falls under domestic pets, but it doesn't specify whether it be a number or rabbits in itself. It just states dogs and cats and domestic pets, I believe is where it states.
Okay, is there any discussion or public comment for the mayor's report?
Sorry, second one, sorry. 220 South York Street. Reference ordinance 2022-2, Part 5, subsection 2-504, housing of chickens. And I believe the residents are here present. It was stated last year that they were planning on moving the chicken coop, and I believe that was put on record, that the chicken coop was going to be moved
No,
because of the complaints from the next door neighbor.
yeah, no.
And the letter that was issued by me.
Okay, yeah, it never discussed they were gonna move it. I mean, they moved the fence.
Okay, well, the next door neighbor is once again complaining of the smell and odor. And I'm bringing that to the council members' attentions as well. That is all I have.
Okay, is there any discussion or public comment on the mayor's report? Hearing none, I need a motion to accept the mayor's report.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? All those in favor? Opposed? ELH&P report and water company reports.
Wait, that's what I'm looking.
Is there any discussion or public comments on the ELH&P report or the water company reports?
I just want to ask, why do you get stuff reading meters?
The other boy got knee surgery.
So that's just temporary, or?
Yes.
Make a motion, we accept the LHMP report.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Engineers report.
None.
All right, is there any discussion, or comments for the engineers report? All
Make
right,
a motion to accept.
is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Solicitors report. Johnson Duffy has notified us, they have resigned as our solicitor, and we are currently exploring our options for replacement. Is there any discussion or public comment on the solicitor's report?
I'd like to make a, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ron.
Outside of Johnson Duffy? You're looking outside, you're looking for something from Johnson Duffy?
Outside of Johnson Duffy.
Outside Johnson Duffy.
Who has a say on who gets hired then? Is to be our solicitor?
I run day-to-day.
I'm sorry?
I run day-to-day operations.
And then I think we have to vote on as solicitor.
Yeah, correct. I'm running it.
Yeah, he's looking for one, and we'll vote on one.
I need, hearing no comment, I need a motion accept the,
I have a comment under the solicitor's report. I'd like to make comment.
all right.
When I ran for borough council, I promised the voters I would keep track of how our taxes are being spent. No one on the council or the borough manager has asked me to research the following. On April 8th council meeting, I asked the solicitor why it is in the best interest of the borough for him to review the right to know request. You can find this response in the solicitor report on April 8th's agenda. After the meeting, I asked the solicitor, Jason Statler, if he could give me a list of all the documents that Mr. Hurt requested and how much it cost the taxpayers for him to review all these documents. I had before me that list and how much it cost the taxpayer for Jason's firm to review these documents. The total cost of Mr. Hurt's request is $5,362.50. These requests are from January 2nd through April 30th. There has been more requests from Mr. Hurt after April. I do not have that list yet. Hopefully I will have that list for July meeting. Mr. Hurt, if I may, have you found any illegality in these documents? And if so, can you share the information with the council so we can take proper steps to correct these issues?
I'm not gonna comment on any legality of anything. I
Okay.
understand that.
Let the record.
And I don't trust this council to be the proper resource to fix anything if there were such things.
Let the record show that Mr. Hurt is not going to make a comment. Okay, in closing, I am not asking Mr. Hurt to stop exercising his right to request documents. I want that to be known. I am not asking any citizen not to request. If you'd like to, Mr. Hurt, if you'd like to see this copy, I can show you of the cost from January 1 to April. No?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I need a motion, or any further discussion on the solicitor's report? All right, none.
Motion to accept.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor?
Bye.
Opposed? Committee reports, buildings and grounds.
Thing on that, I know we lost Friday email, of which we're extended. Not a big limit, but we had to cross roads for a little bit. And,
You're working through your streetlights too, right?
yeah, we're going to see that till Friday.
Did you get the trees cut down? Did you
Yeah.
cut down?
No.
And the porta potty you said that was turned over, wasn't it staked down?
No, nobody's taken down the 23 routes.
Okay, emergency management.
I don't have it.
Yeah, me either. We did get $182,000 check. So, on the team.
Yeah, it's down
Yeah,
there.
down.
Finance.
The fee resolution.
Okay, so,
Resolution number 2024-6.
is there any further comment or discussion on the fee resolution as it's written?
That way, you see a copy of it. You guys should all have a copy of it in your packet. If anybody out there, you can see a copy. No? Good.
What number is this gonna be? Resolution
2024-6.
2024-6.
Yep.
So we have to, I don't have our solicitor here, but we have to advertise this, or we just have to?
That was all done.
Okay.
Yeah, so now what we do is just accept it, don't accept it, or if you want to table it to the solicitor, you're more welcome.
I make a motion that we adopt the fee resolution schedule 2024-6.
Is there a second?
No.
planning. We discussed the FEMA money, so we want to plan.
Yeah, that's under finance. We received our check for $182,000, it's on my, I don't know the exact amount of dollars, but, for all the FEMA restorations we did.
That was,
What's
what
the
was a
road
tropical
transfer?
storm.
Yes,
I-
3 years ago, yeah. Yeah, Water Street, and was not very out, deeper in the river was, Mansburger, Fishing Creek, and Bushland.
All right, planning. Okay, recreation.
Yeah, National Night Out, this is where you guys decide to or not decide to donate $1,000 towards that's what she's always given every year was $1,000 to National Night Out. If you wanna go more than that, or less than that, whatever.
What's the date of that?
Same as always, what do you guys
Well, it should be August 7th, I believe.
What was that?
I think it's August 7th.
Yeah, it's right around there, right in the beginning of August, hottest time of the year.
So who do we give the $1,000 that we normally give to?
It's actually just set aside that it can be spent on prizes, drinks. It stays in general fund, it's allotted that it can be spent.
Is it for porta potties?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, everything that it costs us.
Right.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we do the set aside for National Night Out of $1,000.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sanitation and sewer,
You were recorded.
I have nothing for that. Streets and highways,
Yeah, just patching more holes up on Clover and down on River Street.
okay. General and electric utility and water company.
Still having street lights and full general repairs.
Zoning?
Make a motion to accept the committee report.
Is there any further public comment or discussion on committee reports? All right. Now I need a motion to accept the committee reports.
I'll make that motion.
This is second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Opposed?
That was the other thing I had with 4 o'clock, but I couldn't think of that, but I already did.
Yeah, they did that last year too, didn't they?
They do it.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, unfinished business, any discussion on the handbook?
Are we gonna table both of these until we get a solicitor back on board?
Yes, sir.
And I would like to also add to that, I mean, we're talking $6,000 for the guy that was here at spoke. I think we should look into a couple other bids, see if anything's cheaper. The gentleman that was here, he said that the one I handed in was a great start. You know, if council could get together and do the handbook and not cost the taxpayer $6,000, I think we should sit and put something together. Or find at least 2 other people and see what the cost is.
But we're gonna stop with this one, you guys just wanted to hear this, but, and the reason I knew about it, because he was at the Capcom meeting that day.
Yeah, but normally there should be like a 3-bid process. I mean, you can't just pick one person. I mean, I think we should look at other options.
You can do that,
prices.
what is that, right, or arcade,
Actually, when we're selecting a professional.
what's that?
Oh,
Yeah, actually, when we're selecting a professional, we don't have to do 3 bids.
Yeah,
Request for proposals.
yeah, yeah. But when you can't find any more, then you stuck with what you got.
But we're gonna table that right now until we see where our new solicitor's at and maybe what they have to offer.
Right. That sounds good to me.
So we need a motion on the handbook? Table.
Table.
Yeah, I make a motion, we table the employee handbook and fireman's tax release fund information until we have a solicitor on board.
Okay.
So we table both of them?
That's what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Is there any other further discussion for unfinished business?
And it might be, I might be in the wrong spot, the bathrooms at the, park. And we've been talking about that for quite a while, what's the status of that, any?
Still in the falls. Everything we're all drawn up and everything, but there's only so many hours in the day.
Charlie, I wanna see the offices done upstairs, but for no offense, before we do this bathroom. I wanna see the offices upstairs.
I understand that, but
There's only
they,
been $5,000 donated to the bathrooms, okay? So that's just a start. You guys know what things cost.
sure,
So if I do it myself, we can do it a lot cheaper. So that's why it's time consuming. Same with the bathrooms upstairs, everything else. Same with the dog park. You know, or somebody was on the computer saying, well, I got $6,600. Yeah, the price of the fencing is $10,700, just to buy the fence.
How much fencing is going on?
100 and what is every drawings on it?
So you're, what is it?
It's like 300 feet, 300 feet, 4 foot high.
I mean, we go to Lowe's about $100 a roll.
Yeah, that's the kind of fence you buy too.
Right, change it.
Yeah, something you're gonna put back up in 3 or 4 more years. No, we want something that's gonna hold dogs.
You're saying it's 10 grand?
$10,700. We had a price by 3 different companies.
But did you say you got wire from somebody?
I've got a lot of stuff. I don't have enough to finish it. And you know as well as I do, you put something up there that's partially done, people are gonna use it, somebody's gonna get hurt. So when we have enough to do it all, that's when we'll do the dog park. And the people that make the donations are understanding that.
So are you hiring out somebody from outside to install it, a fence company?
No, I do have myself, I have all the tools for that. Fence is easy.
Charlie, just speaking as one, I want you to take a real good hard look at what you can do yourself and what you wanna have outsourced through a contractor.
Yeah, oh, there's, like a drywall, I'm not gonna handle it, you know.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, take a good hard look at that because
Yeah, I'm not doing
I volunteered to help Charlie
Yep.
up there. And, I mean, any volunteers would be welcome. You know, I know how to do framing and stuff like that. I won't tackle the drywall myself because it's just too heavy for me to handle. I have done drywall, but I'm old now. And I can't. But I have volunteered to help.
So does that answer your question?
not really, I mean, I know it's a tiny,
I'd love to have the bathroom down there, so we could pay $170 a month rental.
right.
And now we're gonna have another part that's gonna need a
Is
bathroom.
that how much the porta potty is, 170 a month?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow,
Next, when they gotta wash it down because it was flipped.
that's crazy. Why can't you move it to a different location where the roof's accurate?
Yeah, but then it's,
Side of the driveway or something?
well, we'd always let them pick the location.
Who's them?
The,
Is it Walters?
Associated Products, I think, and they keep it down there close to the, that's where everybody is down at the.
Sure, it has to be so far away from the stream too, doesn't it?
Well, no, it's floated away a few times.
Now, have you looked into Walters for that? The Walters is cheaper, because I know that way they'll pay that much.
And we use Walters for National Night Out, but they're not cheaper for them. Handicap unit, remember that?
All right, councilperson's comments. We're around the room here. Will, you have anything for comment?
I don't this trip till we get a solicitor.
All right, Rob,
I'm holding off till we have a solicitor.
Bill,
I'm good, already.
Ryan.
Just, for Mr. Toothaker, your email, I tried to do an email, it come up, wouldn't,
I'll have to check into it.
yeah. And that was the other thing I did want to address tonight, like, these, when the agendas, executive meetings, can you guys send them through email instead of Facebook? I mean, I'm on Facebook, but I don't use that.
Well, they're posted on the borough website, right?
Yeah, they're posted on the borough website. But
And the borough Facebook, or both,
Oh, are they?
and they're posted on both doors.
But, I mean, we have email, it's,
he's asking if the council can be sent a copy prior to the meeting.
Yeah, why do we have an email if we don't use it? I mean, nobody receives emails.
It's not-
Yeah.
it's a click of a button.
Oh, yeah, no big deal, just most people don't have an email set up.
I do, I got it, I set mine up just for that reason.
And he is right, because I tried to send something to Will too, and it like it bounced
I'll
back.
have to check
and
it.
goes through.
It's,
All right, new business, is there anything for new business? Oh, stop it, Brian.
I'm done, thank you.
Oh, no, I'm good.
New business, is there anything for new business?
No.
Alright. Treasurer, I need a treasurer's report. Council should have a copy.
You got anything sticking out on here, Charlie?
No. Look, everything's, good.
Is there any public comment or discussion on your treasurer's report?
Make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report.
Second?
One second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, presentation of the bills. Council should have a copy of the bills. Is there any discussion or public comment on the bills?
Yep, make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright. Next council meeting is scheduled for July 8th at 6:30. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a comment before we adjourn. I don't know if everybody noticed that after each agenda, we are asking for public comments and council person's comments now, not just at the beginning of the meeting. I don't know if anybody noticed that, that's what you all wanted, and that's what I suggested. So.
Yep, thank you.
It was only that way until last, so that's the reason why. Stop that.
Okay.
Still need the motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Before I say anything else,
Second.
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 All those in favor?